Okay, so let's see how do we swap two integer numbers without using a third variable. We have two ways to do it. One way is addition and subtraction, and second way is using multiplication and division. Let's see both the methods one by one. First we'll see addition and subtraction. Let's declare two integer variables. Let's say int a gives some value 10 and one more integer variable, let's say b, gives some value, let's say 20. Okay, so what do we want in the output? We want a should be equal to 20 and b should be equal to 10. Okay, we want to swap them, so we don't need to use third variable. What we will do is we'll store sum of both a and b in a. Okay, so now a has sum of a and b. So what we'll do is b is equal to a minus b. So a is actually the sum. What is a? A is 20 plus 10, which is 30, and we subtract b from it. B was 20, so we subtract 20. What it becomes? It becomes 10, which is actually the value of a. So now b has the value of a, which is a swapped value. Similarly, to assign value of b, which was 20, to a, what do we need to do? We again subtract b from the sum, a minus b. Okay, and how does this work is a still has the total of a and b, which is 30. Okay, and we subtract b from it. We just assigned in the previous statement that b is equal to a minus b. Okay, so which is 10 actually. So we subtract b, which is 10, and we get what it is, 20, which was actually b's value. So this was b's value. Okay, so now b has swapped value, which is 10, and a has the swapped value, which is 20, which was the required output. Let's try to print it also. Printf value of a is equal to %d and value of b is equal to %d, a comma b. Okay, let's save it and let's try to execute. So value of a is equal to 20 and value of b is equal to 10. What was it actually? A was 10 and b was 20. So this is swapped now using addition and subtraction and not using a third variable. Okay, so let's move on to the next way of doing the same thing using multiplication and division. We'll again declare two integers. Let's say int I gives some value 100 and one more integer, let's say j, and gives some value 200. Okay, so now we have to use multiplication and division. So we'll store multiplication of I and j in I. Okay, so now I is equal to 200. It's actually 20,000. Let me take some smaller example like 1. I'll take 10 and 20 once again. Okay, so this is 200 now. 10 into 20 is 200, and then we'll assign j is equal to I divided by j. Okay, which becomes is 200 divided by 20, which is equal to 10. Okay, which is actually the value of I. Okay, so now we assign I is equal to j divided by j. Okay, what was I is still 200. Okay, and we divided by j. What is j? J is 10. Divide by 10 and it comes to 20, which was the initial value of j. Okay, 20 was the initial value of j. Let's try to print it. Printf value of I is equal to percentage t and value of j is equal to percentage t. I comma j. Okay, let's save it and try to execute. Let me put a new line as well. Okay, so value of I is equal to 20 and value of j is equal to 10. Okay, it is swapped. Both of them are swapped. So we saw two ways. One was addition and subtraction and another was multiplication and division. What we do is, first of all, we store the sum of both the variables in one variable and subtract the another variable from the sum. Likewise, we assign them. Similarly, we do the same thing in multiplication and division. We store the multiplication of both of them in one variable and then we assign it to one variable and to the another variable. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel.